Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about some crazy ass news that I just read. Apparently, Jamie Foxx is in talks to reprise his role as Electro in the upcoming Tom Holland Spider-Man 3. That's right, Tom Holland coming back as Spider-Man, and Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro, despite the fact that the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are not connected to the MCU. So what is this? A retcon? Or is this something else entirely? My theory started going towards the multiverse. Obviously, we all know, if you've been keeping up with the news, DC is going into the multiverse realm, right? They kind of did already with the Arrowverse, where, Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Batwoman, and Legends of Tomorrow, they all crossed over with all these DC shows and movies from the past, which included like Brendan Routh returning as Superman from Superman Returns. Tom Welling returned as Clark Kent from Smallville. We had a couple of Burt Ward from the Robin of the 60s came back, as well as many other actors from previous DC movies and shows. Ezra Miller returned as the Flash, to cameo with Grant Gustin as the Flash, side by side together. Is this Marvel's way of saying maybe we're opening the doors to the multiverse as well, and maybe somehow that Electro from that Earth is gonna fly on over to this Earth where Tom Holland is? He couldn't kill one Spider-Man, so maybe he's gonna try to kill another. Maybe Marvel and DC are trying to beat each other at the punch. Who's gonna do this multiverse concept first? I don't even know what to think of it, because if this is not that, what is it? Are they giving Jamie Foxx a second chance at redeeming himself? Like, hey, you know what? We think we got, because I did like the fact I hated the part where we saw Jamie Foxx as like his alter ego, nerdy scientist guy self, right? But then when we saw him transform into Electro, I actually liked that part of his performance a little bit better, where he was a little bit more serious, a little bit more intimidating, and maybe, I don't know, maybe now that he's established as that, maybe that's the part that they want to work with. That way they don't have to do his origin again. Or maybe they will do his origin again, but they're going to do it differently. And maybe they think Jamie Foxx is the best candidate to play around with that. This is crazy. The thing that will make this crazier is if they actually do a live action Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire come back to reprise their roles, and we find out a couple of other villains from previous films are coming back, and this is like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in live action, and they just go all shit crazy with it. Just throw all the balls at the wall, or however the expression goes. I don't know what to make of this. I think, in one hand, yeah, I liked his version of Electro when he was actually Electro. In the other hand, I mean, I'm curious if they are going with the multiverse idea, because if they don't, why are you renegotiating with him to return? It has to be the multiverse concept. It just has to. I don't see another scenario where this would not confuse people if it wasn't. So I don't, man, it's an interesting day. I come home thinking I had nothing to talk about today, and then this drops. And I'm like, damn, Sony and Marvel just like, oh yeah, Michael Keaton. Well, here's the difference. Michael Keaton, people never thought would return, and people liked Michael Keaton as Batman. So when the Flash movie announced that was like huge. That was like, holy shit, I can't wait to see this movie. Electro, first of all, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't considered the best Spider-Man movie of all time. I think it's a pretty good movie. I don't think it's terrible, but it does have its problems. But I don't think Electro was a character that like people were like, I can't wait to see that character again. it's interesting, and I'm curious if this is the multiverse concept. Maybe this is also their way of trying to bring in the Fox X-Men films into the MCU in some way. Like, pick and choose the things that you liked from that universe and have them come over and do a Crisis. Can they even do that storyline, the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline? If they can't, they're going to steal it and do that idea anyway, so in their own way. So I'm curious how they're going to use Jamie Foxx in this movie. That's all I can say. So guys, tell me your thoughts. Are you excited to see Jamie Foxx return as Electro, but this time in the MCU? This is getting crazy. And now there's even whispers going around that maybe Sony is caving in and they're going to merge the Sony Spider-Verse with the MCU, because it sounds like Kevin Feige might be more hands-on on the Sony projects than we might realize. So, the pandemic probably got Sony thinking maybe we should just team up and help us, because you guys make a lot of money. So I don't know. I know there's some people out there that are probably not gonna like this, but I know a lot of other people probably will, for different reasons, of course, different reasons. So I'm curious to see what some of the comments people might throw my way will be like. So with that being said, guys, comment below, tell me your thoughts on this, because this is crazy. With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.